and ask God to help me, to advance me, and that's what's been happening. And it seems like a new gift came. One gift is still there, but it's not as powerful as the next gift, and it keeps growing until it gets more and more powerful.
It will do. I mean, through my my experience, it will do. When you open up to it, half the people I come across have a problem closing down to it.
Mitzi, have you had any experiences like that as well?
I tend to read past, present, it goes into the future. I've had some experiences, particularly one at a school. Actually, I'm getting ready to guest host at the school with another team Friday the 13th. And I have actually had a child take my hand and walk down the hall with me. I am able to hear as well, like Rick does with the EVP. Actually, I have visualized. I have been able to visualize. I have actually seen entities right before my eyes. It was the scariest experience I'd ever had in my life. When my grandfather had passed away, he was the closest thing to a father that I had ever had, and he actually came to my room, and I had not known that he had passed, and he grabbed me by the toes and told me that he loved me. But I have actually seen, touched, heard, and felt.
Oh, wow. Yeah, when we had Rick on before, it was really cool, Mark. I wished you would have been there to check it out, man. We had, oh crap, I'm trying to think of who we had on there. We had my brother Jeff from Alabama, and Cheeky Pink Monkey.
Yeah.
That was helping out that night. They called in to help out with that show, and it was really great, man. It put a strain on Rick though, and we apologize about that, Rick.
Yeah, it actually it got to me because I'm learning how to release energy. Everybody tells me how to release it. Go outside, take off your shoes. Whenever the energy comes to me, I get hit. And I have to watch it because I got the headache, I got the side ache. And that's one thing I have to be careful. When I read people, I usually only read one a day because of the energy coming through.
Really?
If I read more than that, yes, that's just how I do it.
What, one a day? One reading?
Yeah. Well, see, I used to do 6 to 10 a day, but then I got to the point where the headaches were coming. They were coming really bad.
Well, I can, if you don't mind me giving you a couple of tips on that, and I don't mean to be facetious or anything.
That's fine.
It's just I've done it for a long time, and I actually teach. I have development circles. I actually teach. At the moment, I have about 19 people that I've taught, and now over the years are on the rostrum, and then about another 30 that I've taught over the years that are now healers and mediums as well. And 2 of them are animal healers. That I can't get used to because I think, well, they go, yeah, but I love my cows. I go, yeah, so do I, with sauce. But one of the things is, if you're having problems with energy, when you're working, spirit gather the energy around to try and use it so that they can project to you, through you, or around you, so that you can see, sense, or hear. Now, if that's staying, one of the things you need to do is, and I'll tell you something, you don't need to take your shoes off, okay? You don't need, all you need to do is just envision your crown chakra opening, the energy flowing through, cleansing you and flowing out through the soles of your feet and your fingertips. And that is what you do. And then you close your crown chakra. After it's all cleansed, just close your crown chakra, close your heart chakras, and protect yourself. Imagine gold rings going around you, or a wall, or however you want to do it that's good for you. And that's all you need to do, honestly. It really is that simple. Ask anybody who I've taught, and they've heard me work on here. It really is that simple.
And I need to work on the chakras because I don't really know. I mean, people talk about it all the time, but I've never really done much with it. People sent me stuff, so I need to read up on it and actually and go from that point.
But they tend to complicate them. But basically, you have your power points. What concerns us as mediums, you and I and Mitzi, is your crown chakra, which is in the crown of your head.
Okay.
Then you have your throat chakra, which is, as it says, at your throat. Sometimes if you're meditating and you're getting spirit come close, you sometimes get a little tickle or want to cough in your throat. That's sometimes where they're experimenting. Then you've got your heart chakra. Then you've got your main chakra, which is your solar plexus. Then you have your lower dantian, which is between your groin and your belly button. And then you have your base chakra, which is where at the bottom of your spine, where the tail is. And that basically is your main chakras that run through. And they're the ones that sometimes what you can do is I always take time out once a week to sit down, open them and cleanse them as if they're being, I've got a cloth in my mind, I've opened them like flowers, as if they open like the petals of a flower, they open. And to close them, I close the flower down, and like it will be closed. And that's what I do with them, and it's that simple. It's just that there's a lot of people out there that, by seeming it complicated, makes themselves look good, and they can lead people and do it that way. But it really is that simple. That's why people can't get their head around it. But you see, my motto is KISS. Keep it simple. I'm stupid.
Well, you know, another thing on me though, I have time. See, before when I first started reading 6 years ago, I had time because my little ones, I didn't have one of my daughters, and then my other one was really, really small. So I had time, you see. Now I have 4 kids at home. I work a lot of hours, so I just don't have the time. That's why the readings, I can only do it whenever I have time, and that makes a big difference.
Well, if I'm up on the rostrum during the church, I average between 14 and 21 readings in an evening of clairvoyance, or that's in an evening of clairvoyance over the course of an hour and 15 minutes. If I'm doing a divine service, I average about 15 to 17. That's the divine service on the Sunday service. But if I'm doing an hour of mediumship, an evening of clairvoyance, like just the show type where it's just me and doing that, then I normally do about 3/4 an hour to an hour. Then I have a break, and in that time I'll probably do about 12, because I can be a little bit more in depth in. I'm not pushed for time so much as I am in church. Then I can have a break for about 20 minutes, half hour. I let them get cut up, and then I go back and I'll be on again for another, because I'll come back, then they've had time to digest what I've done, so the next half hour I'll give them question and answers, and then I'll do another hour or hour and a half of mediumship, but about another 12, 15 readings.
See, you're in a different situation though, because you're actually out there in the public. See, I don't actually go out in the public. I'm all off the internet. I all off the internet. I never go out in front of the public. So I just never done it before.
Well, one of the things I've noticed, there is a lot of talent in America. Okay, I think it's due to a lot of the native that passes through people, you know, in their blood, their genetics, their genes, yeah, because the thing is with the Native American, I know it's paranormal, but the thing is, I walk the red road, okay, all things have spirit, I acknowledge that, I acknowledge my ancestors, I have my ceremonies, but you see, but they walk with spirit every day. So when you walk with spirit every day, and it comes, and it's in your genes, if you're native in you,
it's in me, I have Cherokee.
Yeah. Same as me. I'm Cherokee English, and so it's there. But what I don't find, and I've come across this when I've been over, because I used to go over a lot, except for the past couple of years, but I used to go over a lot of powwows over there, and see my spirit friends and see my other friends, and I used to take a circle, used to do a circle with them, and they just couldn't get over the discipline and how much it was and how simplistic it all was. because people tend to, I don't know, they overdress it.
Mm-hmm.
But it really, but that's all it is really, is just do that. I say to people, pray, say a little prayer before you start. They go, oh, but, you know, I just say it notifies your guides that you're ready to start.
And that's
It's
exactly what I
only
did tonight.
polite.
I prayed before I got on the show, and I held my essence stones, and that's exactly how I get started.
Oh, right. Oh, you have stones, do you? You have your...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got pet stones.
Okay.
I've got a couple of pet stones I've had since I was a little kid. Oh, sorry, Mitzi, we're leaving you out. I do apologise, love.
Nope. No, quite all right. I'm enjoying the conversation. You were talking about the chakra. I wear an amulet around my neck of the chakra. Rick, I'm going to have to send you one, darling.
Who?
An amulet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my Cherokee sister. She's Tonya Hounting Wolf. She made me a spirit shield, and it's got special seeds in, and she's beaded it and everything, and it's to wear to protects me from evil spirits, if you like, because I do go in and do things. I do lots of work, rescues and other things, you know, in the course, because I do it practically, you know, it's full time really, for me, but not to extend I make a living from it. The wife still works.
Well, yeah, I would love to do what you do, see, and that's what I'm hoping, you know, once this book gets out, I can actually get out, see, because like I said, I don't go very really anywhere. So to be able to go out and actually communicate with people, because I have this personality. I love people, and people love me. And when I go out, I really connect instantly with everybody. It's just
Now, I'm the
a
opposite.
connection.
I don't mind being on my own. I go fishing on my own. I spend a lot of time on my own. I talk to people on here, but I'm not bothered if I'm around people. And yet they like me. It's like kids. I can't stand kids, and they love me.
Yep,
You know,
kids love me too.
Yeah,
My wife laughs at that all the time. She's like, "What is these kids looking at you so much?" Because they see something. They see this light around me.
Yeah, mine's normally. I keep saying, yeah. I keep trying to click mine off. Cajun.
Never
Sorry.
meet a stranger.
Sorry,
What?
Mitzi.
What was that? I didn't hear. What'd she say?
I said we never meet a stranger.
You never meet a stranger.
No.
Trust me. You never meet a more strange person than Hawk.
I don't think so.
Hey, Mark, man, when you come over here and we go Bigfoot hunting, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a.
I'm ready
You know-
when you are.
I do hope to meet you if you're in Ohio, because when I do finally come over, I'm going to spend a couple of days, about 3 days with Hawk and that, 3 or 4 days with Hawk.
Well,
Because I
I'm
have
in
to.
Ohio.
Oh, right, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, Cajun just purchased 2 amulets of Orgonite for spirit protection. Do you know the best protection is your mind, believe it or not?
That's exactly what I use. I
If
actually
you-
use my mind.
Yes, because it's there. But you do get attachments, what they call attachments, when these are people with weaknesses that latch onto people. It's rather, and the best way to describe that for people is, you know, when we've all got friends who are really nice people, and they might have 1 or 2 drinks, and then they turn into a whole different, completely person.
Mm-hmm.
And what that is you'll find when they're sober, they're quite a sensitive person, and they probably have a drink and they open up. That's what alcohol does; it opens you up, and then they can get these. Then they get these spirits who are earthbound, and perhaps they were alcoholics or drug addicts or nasty people, and then they form an attachment, if you like, to the person because of the alcohol, and that their personality comes through. So all of a sudden you've got a friend and he seems like a different person, you know, and you're thinking, what is wrong with you? And that is through the consumption of alcohol. So I never mix spirit